Well, hello undergirls and the Frenchels. It's Donald. Welcome back to my kitchen. And on today's menu, I'll be serving you the new Dragon Zygarde. Yeah! As well as a tricky way you can make this card work. I'll save that to the end. So, let's get started. Zygarde. Dragon. This is new. Because usually, every Zygarde that we have in the trading card game has been fighting. Usually, you are a fighting type. Now you switch sides to the Dragon team? It's like, yeah, you know, my Dragon brothers, they need a bit of help on the meta, which is true. And this card does set a new standard. So, let's take a look at your hit points. 150. Did I read that right? Because a GX Tapu Lele has 170. It's a GX. And that's only 20 hit points away. So, I think this is actually a new record. Because no basic non-GX Pokemons has ever had this high of a hit points. So correct me if I'm wrong, but this is very high. This is not even a GX. It's great, it's awesome. This is a compliment, Zygarde. I like your extreme high record-breaking hit points. So let's move on. This is good. This is good. Okay. Land Crush, your first attack. 3 energies. They have no type requirements, so a double colorless and any energy, you can use it. 80 damage. And you know who's jealous right now? Charizard GX. His first attack only does 70 damage for the exact cost. And he's like, what? I'm a stage 2 GX Pokemon. My first attack doesn't do as high as this. And it's like, haha, sucks on for you, Charizard GX. One-ups him. So, is this good? I'd say, yeah. Take a look. If you give it a choice band, and it does 30 more damage to EX and GX cards, now, look what's gonna happen. You will two-shot a Tapu Lele, because 110, 220 damage, oh, it's gone. You get the first attack, it's not gonna win the trade against you. And, hey, Alolan Ninetales. This is a stage 1 GX. You can also two-shot as well, so the first attack, yeah, it's doable, it's workable, not the main selling point, but it's doable. So, moving on to its selling point. Core Punisher costs 4 energies. That's expensive, you know, because not many cards actually have that high of a energy cost. 1 dark, 1 fairy. Ooh, why those types? You know, Xerneas, which is fairy, Yveltal, which is dark, are legendaries in its own generation of legendaries. So, kind of cool there, Pokemon. Does 150. And you discard, dark and a fairy energy. Very specific, so this is why, you know, looking off, it looks pretty bad. It's not as bad, but it's pretty bad. So how do we deal with that? Well, before I go to that, I gotta say the damage level is very similar to a GX Pokemon, isn't it? This is a Alolan Ninetales. It only does 10 damage less for the same amount of discard, so, ooh, that's good. But now, let me answer the question. Alright, so going back to Zygarde's attack, how do we make this Core Punisher work? Let me show you. Here's one way. I'll tell you the funkier way in a bit. So, alright, we take away this choice band, take a look at Double Dragon energies. Yeah, it counts as 2 of any energies, Dark and Fairy, and a double colorless energy pays off the initial cost. And when you attack, you lose the Double Dragon energy. Great! This is only 2 energy cards. 2 energy cards. It's fast. And how do you get the Double Dragon energies back? You use Milotic. Yeah, when this thing evolves, you get anything you want back in your hand from the discard. So you will choose a Double Dragon energy, able to use it again as long as you got Milotics, which you will use the Evolution Spray, unevolve your Milotics so you can repeat Sparkling Ripples, allowing you to get back those Double Dragonies over and over until you beat the game. This looks pretty clunky, isn't it? I know, there might be a better way to do this. So this is, you know, the first thing I could think of to make this Zygarde run reliably. How about another way? Let me show you. Fairies. Remember this card right here, Florges? Yeah, Calming Aroma. Each of your Pokemon's attacks cost 1 fairy energy less. This is really tricky. Let's go back to Zygarde right now. Now, you take this cost away. It only costs a dark and 2 colorless energies. Ooh, very similar to this, and you will be able to use this attack. you do not have to pay the fairy energy. Because once you have enough to activate this attack, it goes. You follow as much as this is possible, which, because you don't have a fairy energy, double dragon energies count. So you must use double colorless energies. It goes through. You just have to discard one single dark energy. Does it sound even more viable? Yeah, take a look now. So we go back. How is the deck gonna look a bit different? Well, you just only need one of these guys up. I threw it with the Florgus Break for fun, giving you extra healing and special condition removal. And this time you see I don't have any double dragon energies, because I don't want to pay a fairy energy cost. As long as I don't have it, I don't have to pay it up. Very tricky, isn't it? Alright, so these are two versions of the decks. Now he's just paying one energy cost, one darkness energy. Might as well put an energy retrieval there, get them back, and now it's much more efficient. Even better than the Lola Ninetales. Ooh, so give those choice bands, and it might be okay. But overall, seriously, I think those serious competitive players won't care. There are probably other better, more efficient cards out there, and I agree. The thing is, if I do run into it, if somebody was playing very efficiently with Zygarde, everything turned out their way, and I was using an EX deck, I'd be afraid of this deck. Yes, but its weakness is its big energy cost, and you need a lot of special energies to make it work. So that's the weak point. All right. So Zygarde, how are you? You're more of a budget fun deck, really. So I don't expect this card to go too high. You probably get a couple of these, and when you pull those booster packs and say, hey, save it, try to make a deck of it. And if your runs efficiently, I'd be afraid to run into you, because this has all the numbers. I think that is it. All right, thank you very much, Integrals and Differentials. That's it for today. I'll see you guys next time for another Pokemon video. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.